quarter one, week one, and today is Thursday. Tomorrow will be a quiz. Tomorrow, you will get it right or wrong. That means if you didn't get it done, it's wrong. Okay? You'll still make corrections. Now, here's the thing. Some of you are going to say, I only got one right out of all of them. That's 1 out of 10 points. That's an F, right? So you guys might get scared. 1 out of 10. But, if you think about it, you guys get 5 points Monday, 5 points Tuesday, 5 points Wednesday, 5 points Thursday. Just by making corrections and turning it in. That's 20 points. That's twice the amount of grades as the one quiz. So I could bomb the quiz, but still pass math, and you'd probably be at a B, by doing Monday through Thursday. Eventually, you're not going to bomb the quiz, okay? And tomorrow when you take the quiz, you can use all of these notes, all right? So let's start with number 1. We need to rewrite the problem. 7 squared plus 3. We have the brackets, 81 minus, in parentheses, 4/6, and brackets. We do what's in the parentheses first. So 4 times 6 is 24. Thank you. And then we bring down the 81 minus 24. Put my brackets around it, bring that 3 next to it, so 7 squared plus. Then I need to do 81 minus 24. What's 81 minus 24? If you don't know, you do it off to the side, and it is 57. So now you have 3 times 57, and the square root, you're bringing everything down that you didn't use. Then I go off to the side and I do 57 times 3, which comes out to 171. 7 squared is 49. And I bring down my addition sign. So then off to the side, I do 171 plus 49, and somebody already told me that was 220. And that is your final answer. Number 2, we're doing directly on the worksheet. Plot the following points to create a rectangle. Find the missing vertex. 6, 1. So over 6, up 1. Put your dot. -4, +1. So I go left to the -4, up to the 1. -4, -3. So I go left to the -4, down to the -3. So to make my square, I probably need it right here.
Yep.
So I have to go over 6, down 3. You can write your coordinates here. 6, -3. But then I also want it on your paper, the number 2. The coordinates are 6, -3. So you'll put it in both places. Number 3. Amy places a dot on a coordinate plane at -3, -6. She wants to place another dot across the y-axis, and it must be 8 points away. Where will Amy place the other dot? So we're making our little coordinate graph. I need a -3. So I go -1, -2, -3. I'm going to make that a -3. And then it's a negative down, a -6, -1, -2, -3, -4. Better extend that. -5, -6. Where those 2 points meet is a -6, -3 is here. Then what's different in this problem, it says across the y-axis. Let's label our axis. This is x, so you're going to put an x, because going left to right is always x. Up here, you're going to make that a y. Up and down are y's. So if I need to go across the y-axis, that means I have to cross this line right here. And it said 8 points. So if I start at this dot and I get to 0, I went 1, 2, how many spaces?
3.
3, but I need to go 8. So how many more do I need to go? 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's the x-axis. You're supposed to go across the y-axis.
I am.
Oh.
This is my y-axis, hon.
I got it.
This would be my x-axis.
Oh, I thought when it said across to go up and down.
But it says to go across the y-axis.
Yeah, I thought when it said across, I thought it meant like.
Okay, if I went up, that would be going across the x-axis.
Yeah.
Okay? That's okay. That's why we do these together. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just wanted to make sure. And we said we went 5 over. So this would be a positive 5 and a negative what? 6. Because it didn't move from that negative 6. It just went straight across. So that is your new point. And that's why we kind of label the y-axis and the x-axis. Number 4. You need to make some space, and we're going to draw this again. I know we drew it the other day a few times. That big G for gallon. 1, 2, 3, 4 Q's, 4, what is it? 4 quarts. 4 quarts in a gallon. 2 P's, 4 pints. So there's 2 pints to a quart. And then 2 C's in each P. See how much easier it is to remember how many are in each?
Yeah.
When we draw a picture. And when we draw it several times, it helps us out. So we need 7.5 quarts equals how many pints?
15.
Someone already knew the answer. Awesome. How do I get to 15? Well, there are 2 pints equal 1 quart. So if I have quarts, I need more pints, right? So what am I gonna do to 7.5 and my 2? Multiply. So I come over here, 7.5 times 2, and I do my math. That's 150, but don't forget my decimal, 1 decimal place. Start on the right, come over 1 decimal place. So my final answer is, not 1.5, just 15, because you only moved 1 decimal place. I'll give you guys just a minute to finish copying that down.
Is that a Q? Yeah.
As we move on to number 5, it says, how long will it take you to ski a distance of 36 miles at a speed of 3 miles per 30 minutes? So I'm traveling at 3 miles per 30 minutes. So 3 miles takes me 30 minutes. I want it to equal 36 miles. So we don't know how many minutes. So we're setting up our equivalent ratios. And a ratio is kind of like a fraction. Then we are going to cross multiplication. So I have 30 times 36 on one side equals 3 times x on the other. After I do my math of 30 times 36, I get 1,080 equals 3x. Whenever I have a number next to a letter, it's like multiplying. So to do the opposite, I need to divide by 3. Divide by 3. So when I take 1,080 divided by 3, I get 360. Excellent. So now I have 360 minutes equals x. The next step that I want you to do is not, is that better for some of you? Is to not leave it in minutes. If it's greater than 60 minutes, you need to change it to hours. How do I change minutes to hours? Would anybody shout it out?
Divided by 60.
Divide by 60. So I'm gonna take 360 divided by 60. Now let me show you guys a trick that some of you guys are forgetting about. If both of these end in a 0, you can pretend that they're not even there. So you can cross them off. So now it's just like saying 36 divided by 6, which is 6. So it's 6 hours. So going on to number 6, we're going to do it right on our paper. We have 4 to 8, 8 to 16, 6 to 12, 12 to 24. I already gave my answer. 10 to something to 40. How am I getting from 4 to 8?
Keep multiplying.
Times 2. Then 8 times 2 is 16. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. 10 times 2 is 20. 20 times 2 is
40.
40. So guess what? You know what? I'm going to add something that I didn't for other classes. I'm going to say that it's rule equals times 2. And my answer is 20. If you could fit that off to the side on here, rule equals times 2, 20, you can do that too. Number 7. John borrowed $6.50 from his friends to pay for snacks and $11.75 from his sister to go to the movies. How much money does he need to repay? How do we solve this problem? Anybody?
Add.
Add, excellent. We're gonna add $6.50 plus $11.75. Notice I'm lining up those decimals. 0 plus 5 is 5. 5 plus 7 is 12. Leave the 2, carry the 1. Bring down the decimal. Don't skip over that decimal. Then 1 plus 6 is 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. And nothing plus 1 is 1. $18.25. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not going to the movies anytime soon. That's a lot of money. And 8. 1.7 plus a negative 5 plus a negative 3 and 27 hundredths. Following the rule of operations, in adding I go left to right, or I can also add in any order. I have 2 negative numbers and 1 that's positive. If this is adding, I'm going to combine my 2 negative numbers first. So I'm going to add 5 plus 3.27. But that's a negative 5 plus a negative 3 and 27 hundredths. You can add a decimal here and 2 zeros. But 0 plus 7 is 7. 0 plus 2 is 2. 5 plus 3 is 8. Because you're adding the same sign, it's still going to be negative. So then I need to bring down my 1 and 7/10 plus this is my negative number. The rule of integers. 1's positive, 1's negative. You subtract and take the sign of the bigger number. So I'm going to take 8.27 minus 1.7. 7 minus nothing is 7. I can't do that, so I borrow. 12 minus 7 is, come on guys, what's 12 minus 7? 5, there we go. Bring down your decimal, and then 7 minus 1 is 6. Now, the 8 is negative, the 1 is positive. I said we take the sign of the bigger number. This 8 does have a sign. So we're going to make it a negative number. Because the 2 numbers we started with, this number and this number, 8 is greater than 1, and 8 had the negative with it, so you have to bring the negative over. It is now time for you to take a picture of this and your worksheet and submit it to, you go to the module, you go to Thursday, August 27th, Bellworth. Hit that module. In the top right hand corner will be a red square that says submit assignment. Click submit assignment and submit these 2 pages.
Gotcha.